Kaylin Risvold, President and CEO of the Naperville Area Chamber of Commerce with your Business Forward segment. Today we're talking hospitality at Zade's Lounge. Come on in. We're here to talk hospitality today with Jonathan Beatty, Culinary Director of Innovation at Scott Harris Hospitality. And I know that hospitality really went through a lot during the pandemic.
Yeah, it did, most certainly. It's been very eye-opening, I think, to see what's happened to the hospitality industry. You know, we have to make a lot of changes on the fly now, and I think it's made us stronger and more adaptable, but it's made us have to rethink the way that we approach pretty much all of our operations. So it's been very trying for sure.
And as we're still re-emerging from this pandemic and all of that, we are here at Zade's Lounge with some fantastic food in front of us.
Right.
And you want to talk about food trends. So what food trends are we seeing now that people are coming out back to the restaurant? So
the main things that I see are people are looking for an experience nowadays, even more so than they used to. So they want action, they want excitement, they want tableside presentations, they want engagement. And you know, that's a lot of what we try to offer here at Zade's Lounge, and that's what we try to offer in a lot of our restaurants. But it is really the biggest trend that I'm seeing across the industry, because you have to have something to pull people in now. You know, they've been so scared to go out, they've had so much fear that they need comfort, and they need to know that when they go somewhere, it's going to be worth their time. So you really got to make an impact now.
Absolutely, and something that I can't necessarily make at home, something that's different and has your own spin on it.
Yep.
Talking about spin, I see some pizza in front of me. If you want to talk to me about kind of how you took those trends and are applying them here.
So, comforting food, experimental food to a certain degree, you know, mussels, which is something that many people love and know, but adding kimchi into it, an ingredient, you know, we house make our own kimchi, so kind of that next level of ingredient and technique, but also presented in this wonderfully simple way in this gorgeous broth. And then, you know, grilled pizza is something that most people have never really seen before. You know, the first time I ever saw it actually was in the Northeast, and just a wonderful smoky, crispy crust, nice and thin with, you know, beautiful, simple toppings. You know, I think that's a lot of what people are looking for. It's a little bit different, but it's still comforting and familiar to them.
And everyone wants that, right?
Yeah.
We're craving that comfort familiar with a little bit of a twist. Mm-hmm. And speaking of twists, let's head over to the cocktail section. What trends are we seeing at the bar?
So I definitely see a lot of trends towards frozen drinks. I think frozen drinks are kind of taking the main stage as we go into spring and summer especially, but it goes more than just frozen drinks. You know, it's drinks that, we do a cherry old fashioned here at Zade's Lounge as a frozen drink. So that is a sophistication point, yet it's still a frozen drink, so it's fun. So that kind of idea I think is really, really popular right now in the beverage world.
So speaking of trends, are you still seeing large groups come in? Are they sharing food? Kind of how is you seeing that across the board?
Yeah, so with COVID, we really had to re-examine how people were going to be eating and how they were going to be ordering food. And we've really seen the trend that they still order in groups, that people still like to get shareable things. Shareable things are very popular on our menus across all of our concepts. Larger dishes are not actually as popular as we expected them to be coming out of it. So we're still learning how to adapt our menus to best suit, you know, the guest need coming out of COVID. I think a lot of it is just pulling that excitement out of people and making them really feel comfortable going back out again, because that's what still seems to be the stopping point. Is there's this little thing where they don't want to go out, is you've got to give them that extra push.
I mean, the sweatpants are really comfortable.
They are really comfortable. I know, but you know, our burgers are equally as delicious as the comfort of sweatpants.
Awesome. Well, I like that, and I'm so excited to support Zade, Scott Harris, and all of our hospitality.
All of our hospitality.
That brings us back to just wrapping our arms around the hospitality group and what else we can do, in addition to being kind, to continue to support them.
Well, come out and eat. You know, come out and eat as many days a week as you can. Try new places. Don't be afraid to try new places. And also don't be afraid to try new things. I think people have gone into their shell, and now we need people to continue to come back out of their shell and re-experience the world with us as we open everything back up.
Well, I think a few of those cherry old fashions might help.
That's right. It's gonna open everybody up.
Awesome. Wonderful. Thank you so much, and thank you for joining us here today.
Up next, I'm joined on set by Adam Johnson, the System Director of Immediate Care and Walk-in Clinics for Edward Elmhurst Health. And we're playing a fun game called Where for Care. Thanks for joining us on 630 Naperville, Adam.
Thanks for having me.
So I have a question for you. Why is it important for people to understand what services that Edward Elmhurst offers and where people should go if they need care?
Yeah, a couple different reasons. Obviously, some things are time sensitive, so you want to make sure you go to the right location to handle your condition. Obviously, financial implications. Some locations are cheaper than others, and from a convenience standpoint, like our walk-in clinics are very short wait times, get you in and out, whereas an ER could be, longer time. So from a price and a time standpoint, those are important.
And I know a lot of people think of the ER first, because that seems the safest. When something happens, that's on top of mind. Let's run to the ER. When should you go to the ER?
Yeah, there's definitely some things that you want to go to the ER for. So chest pain, shortness of breath, you fall and hit your head, things like that. Those are when you would want to go to the ER. Some things that can't wait. So the ER is always there to handle those types of situations.
Got it. So I have a pretty good handle on that and understand when to go to the ER, but I'm still unclear on when to go to maybe the walk-in clinic or immediate care. So why don't we play a game?
Yeah.
We'll call it Where Do We Go?
Okay.
And you give me a scenario and I'll try and guess or say the right answer, I should say.
All right, let's start off. Parents out there can probably relate to this. You're getting ready for work in the morning and you hear your child making some noise. You go in there, they feel really hot. You check their temperature. They do have a fever. You heard them coughing in the morning. It's going to start your day off on a poor foot. Where would you go?
I think I know the answer to this because I have 3 children and this has happened before. I would go to the walk-in clinic.
Yeah, so the walk-in clinics are open. They can handle that stuff. That's what they do, day in and day out. You don't need an appointment. You can make an appointment online, but you can just walk into one of our 8 locations and they can handle that.
These are the ones that are typically in a storefront of some sort, right?
Yeah, we do have one in a storefront. The other ones are kind of embedded within a physician office. So it's in a medical setting, but a location that's separate just to handle kind of unexpected things as they pop up.
Got it. All right, fire another one at me.
So it's summertime, it's getting warmer outside. You're out sprucing up your yard and you slice your hand open. It's bleeding. It's got a kind of a gaping wound there. Where would you go for?
This is what I'm talking about. The first thing I think of is the ER.
Yeah, and a lot of people would. They see blood, they see things like that. It's their hands. They want to go to the ER, but it's definitely a location you can go to the immediate care for. They have the staff, they have the equipment. It'd be a much quicker visit than an ER, probably a less costly visit. So immediate care can handle that for you.
I feel like there should be a scoreboard. So I'm 1-1, right?
You're 1-1. You're 500.
All right. Well, let's do 5 of them. So give me the next one.
So one of your kids is climbing a tree. Say they slip and fall. They come and find you. They got a big goose egg on their ankle. They can't walk on it, or they have difficulty walking on it. Where would you go for?
I would go to the immediate care, probably.
The immediate care is right. You can go to the ER, obviously. Yes. The immediate care would be a better option for you. They're fully equipped from a radiology standpoint to handle broken bones, the supplies and the staff that can splint and cast and get a referral out to an orthopedic doctor.
Got it. That makes sense. All right, fire away.
So say you're at a family gathering, an elderly relative falls down some stairs, everyone rushes around, they're kind of unstable, maybe complaining of a headache. Where would you go for that?
Again, de facto for me is ER.
Yeah, so the ER would be a location you go for that. Anything that's involving the head, especially in like an elderly person, you want to get like a CT scan done, probably some advanced imaging, and the ERs are equipped to do those things. And those could be a time-sensitive situation, so you want to get to the ER pretty quick.
So if my math's correct, I'm at 75%.
Yep.
3 out of 4. The last one.
The last one. So the kids are playing out in some woods or in some flowers. You're not quite sure where they were at playing tag the night before. They wake up, they're itching and got a rash all over them. Where would you go for an itchy rash?
Ooh, this is a trick question. Should I let them wait it out a little bit and put some Benadryl on them?
Depends on how good they are. If they're behaving, you could wait.
I would say what I would do is probably go to the immediate care.
Yeah, like immediate care could do that. The walk-in clinic's probably a better fit. A convenient location, quick in and out, prescription for some cream or maybe nothing, maybe just Benadryl like you said, but at least you get that second opinion from the provider. When
you say quick in and out, what is the difference between all 3 of them?
So a walk-in clinic visit is probably 20 minutes, very little wait time. An immediate care visit, we try to get you in and out within an hour. If you have radiology studies done. And the ERs, they could be 2 or 3 hour visits. They could also be a longer wait time, just kind of depending on what's going on in the community and other people who have emergent needs. Those are always going to come back faster than a rash would from a waiting room. So,
got it. This totally makes sense. But what I do know is, as a parent, when you see something happen with your kids especially, you panic.
yeah.
And you want to, and the examples that we talked about may not fit into what happened. Where can someone go quickly to figure out where they should take their child in this case?
Yeah, so at eHealth, you can go to our website, ehealth.org. We have a page there called Find Care Now, and it kind of delineates out the different options that people have. They can also check our chatbot. There's a chatbot named Eleanor that pops up on the screen. You can actually type in your question of your condition, and it will direct you where to go.
Technology, love
Technology.
it. Yeah, that's awesome. Well, hey, you cleared up a lot for me. I have a better understanding. I'm going to avoid the ER more than I would have otherwise, thanks to you, and save some money.
Sure.
On that end. I really appreciate you coming here today.
Thanks for having me.
Is ShiftLab still in? I have no idea, but after the break, we're headed to Little Luxuries to find out what's hot and what's not in home decor. Stay with us.